Into the realm of the PL-89, into the realm of the higher time, into the realm of the Messiah time. It is simple to sing the tune, match the sun up with the moon, with the sun and before the moon, as per Psalm 72. The two calendars are one, match the moon up with the sun. Yaakov and Esav, Tikkun and Tohu, and with that our work it is done. Our work it is done. Tingaleo, come little donkey come. Tingaleo, come little donkey come. Me donkey dance, me donkey sing, me donkey wearing a diamond ring. Me donkey dance and me donkey sing, me donkey wearing a diamond ring. This is the PL-89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar for Monday, Eli Monday. Today's Monday. What's up, Doc? Today's Monday, February 16th, 2026. And it is Yom Sheni, second day of the week. 29th day of Shvat, the very last day of Shvat. Well, tomorrow's the 30th, but it's Rosh Chodesh Adar is upon us. Misha Technas, Misha Nichnas. Misha Technas Adar, Misha Nichnas Adar. The technical Nichnas is the Technas. We should enter Adar with happiness and joy. Amen. Okay, now this is the PL-89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar for Monday, February 16th, 2026, and Yom Sheni, 29th day of Shvat, 5786, Parshas Truma. And Daf Yomi is Menachos, 36. Amen. This is the PL-89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar. As the song says, the two calendars are one, match the moon up with the sun. With the sun and before the moon. That's actually a verse in Psalms 72. Im shemesh v'lifnei reach dol dolim. And within that phrase, within that part of the pasuk, is encoded the word Mashiach. In its right order. It doesn't occur in that way on all Tanakh. I don't think so. Im, mem, shemesh, shin. Whoa. The second I said that, it's like, whoa. Got a dizzy spell there. Im, mem, shemesh, shin. Lifnei, yud, yereach, ches. The last letters. Check it out, you'll see. This is the PL-89 Gematriatic Quantum Thought Calendar. It is also a calendar for the 72 names of God, the Ayin Bet Shemot, as per Exodus 14, verses 19 through 21. Each verse has 72 letters. 3 verses in a row, and each verse has 72 letters. And the 72-letter name is made by using one letter of each verse to form a 3-letter word known as a name. And there are 72 of those in this 72-letter name, as it's called. Some Kabbalists refer to it as Vayisa, Vayavo, Vayet. Those are the first words of each pasuk. Vayisa is Vav, Vayavo is okay. It's 3 vavs in the chesed way, but in the main way it's I think it's hayam lachara vav. There's a hey at the end. It's the last word because the middle verse is going in reverse. So it's vav hey vav. So it's vayisa and then baku amayim, something lachara vav, to dry land. Anyway, the point is that these 3-letter names, as they were, are combinations of letters that form this, you might call it this mystical name of God. This, when I say mystical, I mean it's a hidden name of God that's extracted from the verses. And these names, the arrangement of the letters, convey specific intentions and energy and Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm still studying it, so I don't really know so deeply to explain each one. But there are people that spend their whole life studying this, and I'll just tell you that I am absolutely fascinated by this concept of names of God that are derived from verses, and you can learn something about God from these arcane, these hidden, esoteric names, and so this calendar is a calendar for that, because if you look at it, it's 8 columns, and the original calendar is 8 times 10, 8 columns and 10 rows, but you can easily fit the 72 letter name, because 8 times 9, you just go to the 9th row. So you have a calendar for the 72 letter names, but you read like Hebrew, you go from right to left, and when and the English names, the calendar is the other way. So today, for the sun, because it's February 16th, the 16th will always be here on this box right here. It's printed 16, but don't think that because it's the 16th, that's why it's box number 16. It's not. Because the 15th, it's box 7. The 14th is 39. 13th is 30. It just so happens to be that on the 16th day, it lines up that it comes to 16. That's one of the unique they call the I had a name for it. Something like substantial, or like foundational. It's a foundational number. A foundational number of the calendar are numbers that, number one, it's the same number as the date that it is, and it's printed the same number as the box. That's a foundational. They're like, I had a word for it. It wasn't foundational. It was like a elemental number. I'll just use a few synonyms and then you'll get the idea. Okay, elementary, elemental, foundational, substrate, substrata, substantial, integral. Maybe it was integral. I think I actually vaguely. I think it's the integral numbers. There are integral numbers of this calendar, which means that most of the numbers in the calendar, if it's the first day of the month, it's not going to be 1. The second day of the month, it's not going to be 2. The first day is going to be 8, 17, 25, 34. But the 16th day of the month is 16. Okay? I'll just list the foundational numbers. And if you're a mathematician, if you like math, and you have some understanding of how this works, you could please fill me in, because this is intuitive math. For me, this is math that I didn't learn in school. It's math that I received in I can just say in a vision. Okay, I can just say it was intuitive. It just came to me, and all of a sudden, it was in my mind. It kind of plopped in, like someone came from there and plopped it into my mind. And it's, I can tell you the code. I can tell you the formula for it. And if you're a mathematician, then you'd probably be able to figure out why these days match up with the dates, okay? The code is 8 plus 9. So day 1 is 8. Day 2, you have to add 9, so it's 17. Day 3, 25. You see, you had 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9. And the only stipulation is, the only contingency is that you do that for 4 iterations, but then when you hit 40, it resets. It doesn't go past 40. So it goes 8, 17, 25, 34, and then if you the normal process that you would think, if you add 8 to it, it would be 42, but you don't. It just goes 2. It resets at 40. It goes back to 0 at 40. So then it's 2, 11, 19, 28, and then it keeps on going that. But so when it finally hits 16, it's going to be the 16th one. I guess, I mean, I do see a relationship between 8 and 16. It's 2, and it's like 2 times 8. There's 2 rows of 8. So even it's going 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9, and then cuts off at 40. Then, for some reason, that makes it come back to... I mean, I can see the connection there. I can see that there's 2 times 8 is 16, and then the first 2 rows, so it comes back to 8 again. Even though I couldn't explain to you exactly how it comes back to 8, but I can see that 2 times 8 is 16, so that's... But what I don't get is that in the next month of this calendar, when it gets to the 14th day of the month, 14th, it is 14. What does 14 have to do with 8 plus 9 and cutting off at 40? What is 14? Why is it that 14, right, is box 14 with this process? What is 14? I don't see the relationship between 8 plus 9 and 40 and 14. I don't see it. I wish I did, but I don't. Okay, now the next integral number will be 30. The next, and these are all different months, by the way. The 16 comes in the first month, and then in the second month, 14 is the one. 14. Yeah. And then at the end of the second month, it's not quite the third month, it's at the end of the seventh month, 30 comes up again. 30 is another integral number, which means that 30 is on the 30th day of the second month. It's the very end of the second month. It's going to be box 30 with this whole pattern of 8 plus 9. Now, I'll be honest. I would venture to say that most people off the top of their head would not be able to say what 30 has to do with 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9 cutting off at 40, and at the end of the third month, that's why it matches up. I think a real mathematician would be able to say, but just an average person, myself included, I think most people you ask would not be able to say why the numbers match. I think most people would say like me. They would say 16 I can see 2 times 8. I can see, there's 8 boxes. So when you get to the 16th box, it's 8 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9. And I know it cuts off at 40, but at the end of the day, it's getting to 16. But 14, what does 14 have to do with it? What does 30 have to do with it? And finally, the last integral number is going to be 12. When you hit the 12th day of the month, and this is in the third month, okay? In the third month, you get to 12, it's going to be a 12. And so that's just one feature. I usually don't go this much in depth, but I figured, I used to explain all these things over the past almost year now, about 9 months. I've been explaining all these rules and laws and how this calendar works, the mathematics of it, and I've been explaining also the biblical nature of it, where it's derived from in the Bible, in the Holy Bible. But anyway, today the solar number is 16 because it's February 16th, and the lunar number today is going to be 6 because the 29th day of any month in this particular dispensation is going to be in box 6. So you add 6 plus 16 and you're going to get 22. So you take the sun, the song says, the 2 calendars are one, match the moon up with the sun. What that means is you match it up, means you synthesize them. You synthesize the sun and the moon. Im shemesh v'lifnei yareach dor dorim. With the sun and before the moon, as per Psalm 72. Verstehst Yiddish? So basically, 16 plus 6 is 22. So what you do now is you go 22 and you write it out as a full word. T-W-E-N-T-Y, T-W. If you do that and you get the gematria of that, it's going to be 165, which is the gematria of the Yiddish word bluzen, which someone named Jill asked me many years ago, around Rosh Hashanah time. what's the gematria of Blusen? Spelled in Yiddish in a certain way, it equals 165. But that's besides the point. But anyway, what you'll do is you'll get 165, and then you write that as a number, and then you turn 165, O-N-E, 100, H-U-N, 65, and then you get the number of that. That becomes a number, word, number, word, number, word, number, until you hit what I call the event horizon. The event horizon is a certain point after a certain amount of iterations, a certain amount of tries. It's gonna hit the event horizon, which means it's a number, and only about 3 hits after that, it comes back to that number. Very interesting. I haven't seen any number that doesn't work for. It would be very interesting to discover a number to which it just goes and goes and goes and goes. I haven't seen any number that eventually it doesn't come back to its number. So I think that's it for the day. Yeah, so basically 22 is the number for today, and then 160, and then basically that's your key into the chain of thoughts of gematriatic, what I'll call gematriatic regress. No, I have to find a word for that.